Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, another day, another dollar. Got Caden, we got Nikki with us. Damien went home, so this is us going to the racetrack. We got the motorcycle on the back of the truck, on the trailer. We're gonna run it tonight. I'm gonna do some commentary. We're gonna talk about some things in between rounds. We're gonna talk about do's and don'ts. We're gonna talk about not hitting potholes and bottom out your shocks because they make a lot of noise. But anyways, we're gonna go through and sorry, disrespectful. No, I'm just playing. We're gonna go through and
I've coughed all week, so I've been sick.
we're gonna go through and talk about.
Not sick like that, just allergies.
We're not gonna talk about allergies. We're not gonna talk about Nikki. We're gonna talk about this racing stuff we got going on. So we're gonna talk about the do's and the don'ts, the ins and the outs. Just like when Cade's making passes, the stuff that he does wrong, we're gonna talk about in between the rounds, and the stuff to make him better. Because I'm on his ass a lot. I ride him a lot because I'm a firm believer in critiquing somebody makes somebody better. If somebody's doing something wrong and you just let it slide and let them keep doing it, they're gonna keep making the same mistakes.
Oh, I need to stay on you.
Nikki, if you interrupt me again, I'm gonna punch her in the lip. You understand? You see what I'm saying? That's a prime example. You let them go through, you give them an inch. You don't critique them when they're young, then they get mouthy when they get older, and yeah. But no, for real though, like I plan on going through, and I'm gonna show you what makes Caden better. And the reason why Caden's good at the stuff he is because, well, I do critique him, I do stay on him. A lot of people don't understand it. Some people see it at the track and they think, well, man, he's hard on that boy. And ain't that I'm hard on him, I just have high expectations. I'm his biggest fan, but I got high expectations for him, and I will never let him settle for less. So for me, I'm on him to make him better. So tonight we're gonna be killing that tree. We're going to be turning on the wind lights. We're going to try out running some things that we shouldn't be out running. We're going to have some fun. So y'all ride with us. Appreciate you. Y'all see that? Means Outlaws are in town. Packed house tonight. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Coming down the road. Grass is green. The weather's nice. Or you didn't have enough RPM in it. It sounds like the thing, it sounds like in the high RPM like it's not pulling through. Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's maybe the valve acting up on like it did before, or it just, or the fuel pump issue. But I definitely heard it was not running through like it was supposed to. Like I could tell, just wind it out and see what it does. But I could tell it wasn't running RPM like it should. So either the valves are floating in it or something's going on with it. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this time you gotta get a little bit of a womp to it, you know. You tried to hang it on out there. Yeah. I'm surprised it come up as high as it did.
Well, I got back in because I didn't want to slam it down, so I got back in a little bit and tried to.
You done good. Yeah. All right, let's go heat the bottle on the truck. Hold on. So first pass on the truck, it hit the tires too hard, it spun, that lighted up the shock. But also that bottle, I'm pretty sure that bottle's almost out of nitrous, and I felt it surging going down the track. Didn't run bad, could run better. So I just checked my clicks and my rebound, that's the one that for extension. It was 18, so we might be out of shock on it. I might need to put more shocks. 3, 4, 5. I'm up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What is it?
Okay, it goes from up to the bottom. Caden's homemade strap turned around and
It's got like little
it ended up going through ripping out. So now we're fixing it so it won't wheelie this time. We're reflashing the tune to a stock tune just to see if that's why it was breaking up. Let me help him real quick.
Explain it, so it's perfect time. But it went a 7:03 on that one. So best pass on the bike so far. I've been a 7:07, and what we found out was the tune. We ended up playing with it a little bit, and it hasn't ever ran right. It's always kind of had like a little cutout at the top part of the RPM. So like when we get to the top where we have to shift, it starts laying over. So we always thought it was funny. Well, then we ended up, we flashed the old tune back in it, and it's back running, like I said, through the gears all the way, and it's doing great. So
Good. It looked like a good pass.
Yeah.
Good job.
And it PB'd pretty much all around.
All right, let's go record Dad real quick.
Good pass.
How's it feel to be back on that bike, boy?
Mom already done it.
Huh?
Mom already talked to me.
I know, but how's it feel to be back on that bike, boy?
Good.
Snug up on me.
That's good.
Got him a PB pass on the motor. Done good. Everything we fast, so we broke the strap twice. I changed back to a completely stock motor tune because we've never had it on the dyno. So I just threw a little tune in it just to go through. And what do you think about on people standing past the 60-foot mark? That's hell, ain't it?
We're gonna sell BSP.
Yeah, hey, that's gonna be your spot. The more money you want, the more you stand out. The further out you can stand, the more you want to spend. May at the 75K, if you want to stand past the 60-foot clock, you give me $150 and we'll let you stand there all night. Anyways, Cade went a PB. He went a 7:03 at 93, 151 60 foot. The fastest the bike's ever been 60 foot is a 151 ever. That was with the 400 motor. We ain't never been this fast with this motor. Put a completely stock tune in it because it was breaking up on the first pass. I was like, well, let's just try to put a stock tune. That's what I'm saying, with the 400 motor, not with this motor. Well, you went 153 with this motor.
No, I went 151.
Oh.
Look at that one, I went 151 as well.
But anyways, he's killing it. Little truck, I need to put some radials back on the slicks. I put some more nitrogen on it. Don't be that guy. I put some more nitrous on it. It's wadding the tires up, bouncing the back tires up. So I got to put some radials back on it for the next race so we can get truck wars started. But anyways, we appreciate y'all. Let's go get some more videos. track. The little bike done good. Caden's back riding. I mean, Caden, he ain't rode that bike. How long's it been, Caden? 7, 8 months, probably. Year.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. We've had. Well, I know we had it together, but he didn't make no passes on it, and it's been a freaking hot minute because it kept breaking the chain, so we ain't really been getting after it. So it's cool to see him get back on it and fall right back in, like he ain't never left nothing. I didn't really have to critique him much, and I didn't really have to say much to him. He just got right on it and done his thing. He surprised me. The truck, I added some time into it, I added some time and let Caden make a pass, and it went like 683. For some reason, it ain't running. Ever since I put this Holly stuff on there, it just ain't ran like it did before. I mean, all we did to the truck before, from where it ran before, was we changed the pistons out. We put more compression in it, or we put a different piston that has more compression in it. It had stock heads on it originally that went to 48, and it just had some deck stock heads. It should have a little bit more compression than what it had before, but it has, I mean, same cam, same converter, same exhaust, same everything, same intake. And to go from running 640, I mean, it was running 650s and 660s like clockwork, to run 680s, something in the tune ain't happening. So I asked Nigel if I could borrow the dyno Saturday. If he ain't using it, of course, that's how he makes his money, so he might be using it. But if I can borrow the dyno, I want to get the Z on the dyno, and I want to get the truck on the dyno, because I took the Z and I added a little bit. I added a couple degrees of power or timing. I think I added 2 degrees or a degree in it, and I opened the butterfly sooner. It dropped 3 miles an hour. So either me opening the butterfly sooner took and leaned it out, because he said it was in the 60 foot too, or me adding the timing in it like I did, it don't like it. So one way or another, we gotta get on the dyno, see what it likes. I'd rather flash it back to a complete stock tune, make a pull, see what it does, see what air fuel does, add a degree of timing. If the air fuel's good, if the air fuel ain't good, we'll get the air fuel right, and then we'll start adding some timing to it to see what it likes. Because a motor that is rich, if you add timing to it, it'll gain power. A motor that's lean, you add timing to it, it'll lose power. You take unless it just don't have no timing in it. You take a motor that is lean, it typically likes a little bit less power than a rich motor, because when it's rich, the fuel is very thick and it has to break through it. So you have to advance the timing to burn it off sooner. That's why carbureted motors typically like more timing than fuel injected motors, because the fuel comes in clots instead of being atomized. If the carburetor atomized the fuel like it should and the air fuel was spot on, it wouldn't like as much timing. But you have to ignite it sooner because it's richer. So we need to get the air fuel right on, make sure air fuel's good. Once we get the air fuel dialed in, we can start playing with the timing. I really think he could probably go 680s with the stock motor. On the it's been 660s on the gas, of course, but I think we can go 680s on the motor with the bike. And then the truck, we got to get it on the dyno and figure out what's going on with it. But we appreciate you. I hope y'all like us talking a little bit more in the videos like we did tonight. Hopefully it helps some of the algorithm. Hopefully it helps some of you subscribe. If you made it this far in the video, we love you. If you didn't, I don't like you that much. But anyways, nah, we like everybody. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you on later. Comment below. You got anything you want to say to me? Comment below. Appreciate you. Good night. What'd you see in the video that you was just looking at? What was you seeing?
I was looking at the shifts.
I was looking, so I
Like now it's like I'm shifting at the 60 foot.
This is on I-77.
So hold on one second, sir. So you were shifting at 60 foot.
Yeah, around 60, like right.
So when are you shifting third gear? How far before the finish line?
I'm in fourth, right at the finish line.
That's what I'm saying. But how far?
Listen to the video here.
How far are you going into it?
Anyways, what I was going to tell you is on I-77 there was a school bus that blown the tire, caused the school bus to flip.
It does. You don't know how to drive. But
so we need to get new tires from the truck.
Well, listen, here it is.
You know we were talking about it.
60 foot. So look.
what are you going to shift RPM wise?
So I'm shifting third, like 150 feet out.
Are you shifting like 10,000, 11,000, 9,000?
I think I'm shifting like 8,000, 9,000 each time. I don't even pay attention. I just listen off here.
Well, that ain't no good. You would probably leave the power on the table by not shifting it later. We'll know on the dyno.
Well, I don't know what the power band is on the motor.
I got you.
I don't
But we need to figure out if we need to make Michael make us a bigger gear or smaller gear. You know what I mean? So I need to figure out how close to the 60 are you shifting?
Like right at the 60 foot's when I'm shifting.
So if we gear it up anymore, you're going to lose it. The 60 foot's going to go a higher number. It'll look slower because you're shifting it sooner.
Probably why it's trying to wheel you a lot more now too, but it's more aggressive down low.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is with the gear on it, if you go bigger on the rear gear, then it's going to make it want to go through, and it'll make it where you shift before the 60 foot clock, so it'll make the 60 foot slower, but it won't affect the ET. You understand? And pick up the ET a little bit.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
I mean, what do you think?
You want to go up on the gear? You want to go down on the gear? You want to leave it alone and try? You want to try nitrous first? If nitrous will finish in fourth, we need to leave it in fourth, I guess. You know what I mean? You tell me.
It sounds like I'm shifting at like 7,000.
That's what I was thinking. But they don't turn RPMs like the 400 did. They don't. 400 sound like it was screaming. Definitely sounds like a turd. Definitely sounds like a turd.
It ain't though. It runs good.
Yeah. So what do you think about it?
I don't know. I think we just try. Running it. Well, I mean,
More practice, get it tuned.
yeah, just get it on the dyno and then see what we need to do from there. There's no telling.
That's what makes you better. That's that right there. Him watching that video over and over and over and over and visualizing, that's what makes him better. That's how he gets better, by just watching that pass, seeing what he did wrong or seeing how he needs to do it. That's how he learns.